The world broke long before I arrived, but here I am, stone and ruin, wind and silence. They left stories behind, buried in the soil, carved in the crumbled walls, scattered in the bones of giants. In this world of dust and echoes, I don't only build, but survive. One day, one stone, one fire at a time. Hello everyone, I am Zazel, and this is Vintage Story. And this story is mine, the start of a brand new forever world. If you're new here, or you don't know what Vintage Story is, sit back, relax, and I will tell you. Vintage Story is a world unlike any other, handcrafted by nature, shaped by time, left behind by something greater. It's a survival sandbox, but not the kind you're used to. Here, the earth remembers, seasons change, and food rots. The nights are darker, the cold is harsher, and the quiet hums with mystery. You will craft, forage, mine, and farm, slowly mastering tools from flint to steel. You'll also explore ruins of a forgotten age, fight off strange dreamlike creatures that wander from the dark, and piece together a story that no one remembers, but everyone feels. It's not about speed. It's not about winning. It's about settling in, breathing deep, and building something beautiful in a world that's slowly trying to heal. With all of that out of the way, let's get into what I am doing and why I started this world. My last Vintage Story world was lost, a casualty of an old PC giving up for good. I didn't record any of that world and only had a few screenshots. But maybe that's a blessing in disguise, because this time I get to bring you along to share the quiet moments, the discoveries, and the world as it slowly unfolds. This new world will move at a slower pace, more thoughtful, more focused on building something beautiful, something that feels alive. I've made a few small tweaks to the world's settings, and I'm keeping it mod-free for stability and longevity. If you find comfort here, or curiosity, or inspiration, consider leaving a like and subscribing. And if enough of you are interested, I will share my exact world settings in the next video. And here we are, our nice little area. I did spend time flattening out the hills up there. We have this little stretch of land that kind of connects everything. And we have a trader right here. He is a general goods trader. I have my first shovel put up. I like to keep the first tools, kind of put away. And I wore the durability down, so maybe we could put that somewhere here as well once we get things built up. I've been kind of using the trader's chest, to store some of the dirt and bushes and stuff that I've collected. And I think this is going to be a really solid area. I'm thinking about building a starter town here. And that's kind of what we're going to do in this world. We're going to build a series of towns in different locations and try to connect them all together. And what's cool about Vintage Story is that you have so many crafting stations that you can actually build them into individual homes or businesses. And that's kind of what's going to go on here. So our smithing area is going to have his own little house and smithing station. We're going to have a guy who makes coal, and so on and so forth. Just all the starter stuff though. We'll build bigger towns and cities later on, but right now I'm kind of homeless and I don't want to build anything quite yet. There's still a lot of things that I need to farm out. I did get pretty lucky, if we pull up the map here, that there are 2 red clay deposits near our little town here with the trader, a copper node here, and if we scroll on up to where spawn was, we have our spawn area. I got lucky and found copper there. Found a little bit of copper here. And some brown coal here. This little tree is a resin spawn. I could have marked more trees that I seen, but that would be just polka dot throughout here. I know there's several more throughout this little wooded area. Now, that is the only downside to our spot that we have here, is that there is not many trees going on. We do have a couple of trees just on the other side of that portal. And we do have the trees like if we're heading back towards spawn. And all of the bushes that I broke through here did get me a few saplings, but not a lot. So we have 7 birch saplings. We could go ahead and grow those trees up. But I'm not going to. I want to look for different wood and try to bring it back. And I want to keep my eye out on a few berry bushes because we are pretty low on some food. While collecting berry bushes, I came across this ruin, and it looks like, it's hard to tell because of all the rain and fog, but it looks like we might have another one just right over there. I'm gonna go ahead, check for everything. We have us a cracked vessel here, and it's a tool one, so maybe we'll get something good. And what did we get? We got us a backup flint knife, which is not bad. And we got us a backup flint shovel, which is also not bad. I will collect this bony soil in a bit. I think there's another cracked vessel over here. And it is a forgeable one. Let's see what we get. Can I get down there? Am I stuck? Come on. There we go. Let's see, what all did we get? Looks like we got us some dry grass. We have us some sandstone, and that's the dirt I dug up earlier. Maybe there's one more here, and we get something cool as well. Is that it right there? That will be it. Let's see. We're gonna have to bust the grass out of the way. Farming. Okay, we got us a ton of string. Yes, we got us flax fibers. And some cattails, because I didn't have any cattails earlier. And that looks like that's all we got out of that. Any more over here? Maybe here? Nope, that's just a slab. The rest of this looks like it's dirt, floating rock. Yeah, I think we busted all the vessels here. Unless I start digging. There might... Oh! There's 2. I would have been way wrong. There's a farming one. Looks like we did get some seeds. They look like they're cabbage seeds. Indeed they are. And a stone... Was that a stone one, or was I looking at the wrong thing? And we got rice seeds, which is really good. I think I'm going to toss this one dirt and these stones just to clear up some room. If my guy will let go of them. And I picked them back up. There we go. So... yeah, that's not bad. Some extra seeds that will help with farming later. We could have us a little farming area. That's what I was thinking about with all of these bushes, is that I could start some sort of house with a lady who grows berries, or some kind of winery, right? Like a vineyard. There we go. Anything in here just to make sure, because I, almost walked out missing some vessels. It looks like this time for sure we have gotten all of them. So let's go ahead and make our way to what looks like another ruin. I hope it is. It just looks like one from here. I'll be kind of sad if it's not. And I was right. It is another ruin. It's actually a decent sized one. It comes from all the way over here to all the way over there. And I just seen that over there. That looks like a new ruin, because we just walked from that one over there. There's the little portal and everything. So that might be another one we could check out, see if we get any more good loot. So far, only bony soil over here. Let's see. Oh, there's a little cave area. We'll wait to go in there and check out what good stuff we can find. We'll give this guy a little search too. Normally these little ones like this don't have much to them. So we'll just, check it just to be sure, but like I said, there's nothing to it. As big as this ruin is, I am not running into anything other than what's down there. That might be something really cool. This could have been a garden at one point. This looks like it might have been a garden. It does have some floors, some more floating rocks. And we got us another vessel right here. This is a tool. Let's see if we get anything good. What did we get? A spare flint shovel and a spare flint axe. I'm going to be running out of room soon. I could probably dump the extra flint that I have now. No need to carry backup flint when they keep giving you some good tools, right? It looks like we have us another one. This one's a forge one. More grass and seeds. Was that seeds? Oh no, bandages. Okay, that's good. That's really good. I do have a bad habit of falling from tall places. I've done that a lot. So that will heal me right up when I do that again. Ooh, okay, an ore one. What is that, quartz? I can't pick it up. This is the tough bit. What do I toss? Probably nothing. You know what? I'm fine without quartz for right now. I'm probably going to regret this later, where I just left the quartz. But I think I'm okay without the quartz. Now, this could be every vessel. I have been wrong before. I was wrong a few moments ago. But it does look like it's every vessel, and I'm super excited to check this out. Now, the only thing about checking this out is I don't know how easy it is to get down there and back up, so we're going to try to go in through this way. It's all going to be floor, isn't it? That would be my luck. Yeah, all of this is blocked. Oh no. Is this going to be like a tiny room? It is going to be like a tiny room. Okay. So I do have to go down this way. I just don't trust myself going down that way with no dirt. Alright. We're going to drop this. And I'll try to remember to pick it up. Give me a couple more things of dirt. Oh wow, this is not breaking too well. Can I even get in here? It looks like a tiny flooded room. Anything good in here? Just yeah, just some rock. Yeah, it looks like it's this pile of stuff, this little bit of water with some floating wood. Yeah, not much to this. So let's go ahead and try to get out of here. Let's see if I can... Oh no. I can't get out of here. Okay, I got out. I eventually broke the thing that I was standing on. I didn't realize that it would take that long to break, or maybe it was just the fact I was using the shovel the first time around. But I did switch to my hands, and after a little while it did break, and I was able to pillar up with dirt. I do want to check this ruin out, and maybe we get some okay stuff. There's another one of those spooky portals popping up, and I want to be on the lookout for cave entrances that I can mark later, just in case we find something pretty neat in one of those. Oh yeah, I did. Oh. Wait, does that get rid of it? I can't tell if I had 3 or 4 of those. Now I'm confused. But that's okay. It's alright to be confused sometimes. And this one looks like it is just a little house. It does have some of the bony soil, which is good. We will come back for all the bony soil. You could get things like candles and stuff from them. I do like me, you know, I would love to have a lantern. I was messing up my words there. I made it over to the pine trees, which there are plenty of, and it just gets a little bit thicker. We're kind of on the outskirts, not too far away from home. It's just right over there. I'm going to try to take back as many of these as I can. I went ahead and brought a spare backup flint axe. I don't expect to get too many out of this. And there's plenty of berry bushes over here that I could also take with me in case you know, both axes break and I still have room. Now, before I turn these into firewood and doing some of the things that we gotta do with all of it, that is a beautiful sunrise. I want to place some of these at points of interest, right? To keep the town in mind. Now, there are people who make charcoal, like they have charcoal kennels and all of that good stuff, and we're gonna want one of those in this town. Now, just due to the nature of starting a brand new world like we did here, some of the workstations are unfortunately going to exist before the actual place of business or house is going to, which is fine. You know, that's okay. It's okay for this town. It won't happen for the rest of them. But when making charcoal, there is a lot of smoke that kind of happens with these things, and I'm thinking it's going to have to be on the outskirts of the town just a little bit. Still in town, but not close enough to bother anybody with the smoke. And I'm thinking right over here maybe. Yeah, somewhere like right in here would be a good place for the person who makes charcoal. I'm drawing a blank on what this person's name is or what their job is actually called. I don't know why I'm trying to jump. I could just do that. So we're going to place a couple of logs there. That's where this guy's house is going to be. Another thing, we're going to want to get started on pottery soon. And we do have a perfect place for a pottery person, right? They're going to want to be near all the clay and have like a little clay mining area themselves. So even though I'm going to mine all of this clay up, or at least most of it, I'm going to make it look like in a way that somebody actually would be doing it for their job. I don't want to leave it ugly or anything. So their house could, you know, we'll have to do a little landscaping here, right? You know, terraform up just a bit. Their little house is here. So this is where the clay is going to be made and fired up. Like they're going to have their little firing up station somewhere. And they're going to have like the little clay crafting area somewhere over here. And they'll have a little clay mining area right there. That is a lot of times to say clay. But we have wood guy, or charcoal guy, clay guy. And that's what we need for right now. So we do need to make firewood. I do think I have enough copper to go ahead and get into the copper age. I'm not entirely sure I want to go ahead and do that yet, though. I feel like I'll be rushing a lot of things, just trying to get stuff, you know, tools made. And I know the tools will help out in the long run, right? They'll help out with everything like gathering resources and whatnot. I don't want to do too much here at the start. And I'm thinking right about here is where the blacksmith is. Now the blacksmith, he does burn stuff, but not as much as the charcoal guy, right? So I'm thinking he has a nice spot right here. Maybe part of it comes out to this little pond, and that's where he like cools off some of the tools and nails and everything that he makes. And he's also next door neighbors and maybe brothers to the guy who makes the charcoal. Like they do business together and make tons of money. Other than that, that's where our 3 stations are going to be for the start of this town. I'm going to go ahead and turn some of this into firewood and get that going over there so I could get the rest of these guys' jobs going. Now, in the future, I would like to have this little charcoal pit made out of cobblestone or something like that. You know, something a little more professional, something a little bit nicer. But for right now, you know, it's the start of a new world. Everything's made of dirt. It'll be okay. Go ahead and get this started. Come on, you can do it. Almost there. I think this is actually the first fire made in the world. And is that lit? Yeah, charcoal pit. So now we can just go ahead and there we go. That should be good. It should start smoking up and we should be ready to go. Now it's starting to smoke. Apparently that fire was not lit. It is now. And we get to see all the little particle effects, letting me know it actually works. I decided to go to the red clay pit that's on the outskirts of town, just over here. That way we could save the clay that's in town for the actual decorating and stuff like that, right? I just wanted to go ahead and tackle this one first and not mess up the land. Alright, I got us enough clay to go ahead and get started. I'm gonna do, let's see, what's good to do first? We could go ahead and make, where's the crucible at? Yeah, we'll do a crucible, right? That's one thing that we could make. And one of those are done. Let's see, let's go ahead and make a pickaxe mold. This one is always fun. It seems like you got a lot to fill up. And that's the pickaxe mold done. And I think the last thing that we're going to do, or maybe the last thing, because I would like to have a hammer. Where is the hammer mold at? That's the Havel hammer. I have built that on accident one time and was wondering why I could not attach a stick to it. So there we go. Now we're going to get us a regular hammer. And hammer mold. And as I was building that, I just thought of something. We could go ahead and make one of these ingot molds where we could do a couple of them at a time. And that wouldn't be a bad idea either, in case we get a lot more copper than what we was expecting. We could go ahead and have some of them turn into ingots and stuff and, you know, use them for later projects. And now we have the ingot molds, which is pretty good. We have everything I think we're going to need at the start, at least. We're definitely going to need a lot more stuff than this a little bit later. And just like the charcoal, guys, we're going to have to make this one pretty much dirty. We're going to have to make it in the dirt. Just until we get something nicer built. I like to build these also out of some kind of cobblestone, and in a way that it makes it look professional, like there's some kind of actual job here, like somebody, you know, is caring about their work. But for right now, a couple of holes in the ground like so, and just toss everything in it. Pit candles started with all of our freshly made pottery, and I lit the shrubbery on fire, which is fine. It'll clear out some of it back there. Maybe it'll look all nice and stuff and uncover some really cool stuff. But where did that come from? Oh no, it's gonna head out to the village. Well, I might lose this guy's front yard of grass and maybe a couple of logs, but that will be okay as well. We know this person is going to be here and they make pottery. That is all I have time for in today's episode. I didn't want to go too far into it, you know, taking this a little bit at a time. Definitely in the next episode we should be in the Copper Age, getting ready to actually build some of these structures. Maybe I'll have more of them kind of mapped out in between things. I will see all of you in the next one. Bye.